Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Raging Recaps. Joining me today, we have Carlos. How you going, Carlos?
Hello, hello. Good to be here. Going pretty well, pretty well. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm pretty pumped for a Wednesday. Looking forward. I woke up
Yeah.
this morning, Carlos. I don't know if you saw earlier, thinking it was a Thursday. Almost put the Raging Roll shirt on a little bit early. Got a little bit too excited.
Yeah. I
Took a bit of
wish it was
took a
Thursday.
moment to realize it was still only Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots to unpack as we recap our Candlekeep one shot from last week. We have Dave will be joining us shortly. Also, but before we do that, a couple of quick announcements or quick updates. We are, but I think 4 Twitch followers away from our 250 miles goal. Which will unlock the digital or physical giveaway of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Pretty amazing. That
is pretty exciting.
Have you played Curse of Strahd yourself, Carlos?
I think I played like one session of it. So we didn't really get too far into it, but it seemed really fun. I had a lot of fun playing that first one.
Was that like the Death House thing?
I think so, and I think there was like I guess spoilers. There was this little dude that was like hiding in the corner that turned out to be like a vampire or something that attacked us out of nowhere.
Just turned out to
I'm
be a
not sure if that was
vampire
part
in
Yeah.
What is it, Barovia?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Awesome. We've done the same thing. We've played Death House, the one shot that lasted 3 evenings. Yeah. Loved it. Looking forward. I'd love to get back into it at some point. Any other quick announcement is that there's been a little bit of an update on our Buy Me a Coffee page. For those who haven't seen it, it's almost the same as Patreon, in that you can become a member of our Buy Me a Coffee page to help support the stream. But you can also just support us through one-off items which can also influence our game. In that you can, the Call of 7 Rings campaign is very magic item heavy, and our DM is very keen to work with anyone who wants to get their flavor and help him craft or develop magic items or an NPC or even a cocktail for our crazy friends who like to get drunk at the tavern.
Yep. I'm waiting for my set my charisma to 30 magical item. So
You need the charisma 30 for the magical items and constitution 30 for the drinks.
Yep, exactly.
And the other small update to the BMC page is that we've opened up a new option for people who are keen to have their D&D merchandise or wares or something like that advertised on our stream. That is there as an option. Please check it out. It's at buymeacoffee.com/ragingrolls. I'll just put that in the chat as well. Oh, so that's all the updates on things. So why did we play Candlekeep last week, Carlos? Why did we play that?
Why?
Yeah, our DM was needed a bit of a break
Yeah.
to get us to get us to a point where, because I think we were almost ahead of where he wanted us to be, or at least if not ahead, we were on a completely different trajectory, and just needed the extra time to
Extra
catch
time
up.
to prepare. There are a lot of balls floating in the air in the main campaign.
There's so many threads to follow, which we can unpick a little bit further later on. Which gave us the opportunity to give him a bit of a breather and catch up on things and dive into a bit of Candlekeep. I bought the Candlekeep book a little while ago. I've been itching to get into it. I ran... Go?
I was about to ask, was this the first little one shot you've run from Candlekeep?
It is not. I ran the level 1 shot with a couple of people I used to work with, which was really fun. It was level 1. They were way squishy. Robin was in there too, actually.
Oh, nice.
One of the things I did in there, I misread, or I skipped over one of the comments in there. It said, put a mimic in this room but changed his max HP to 30 instead of the 50 something it is normally.
Yep.
Almost took them all down with the mimic.
Did they end up taking it down, or?
They ended up taking it down. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I think
Empty hell.
I got the wizard down to zero hit points with a bookcase, which was awesome.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I thought we'd take off our Candlekeep adventures with level 2, which was, I always stuff up trying to say this, Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is a mouthful.
Was this the first Candlekeep session you've played through last week?
Yeah. First. I didn't even heard of Candlekeep before last week.
What? Shocker.
Yeah.
It's really interesting in that at first glance it's kind of positioned as like 16 or 17 one-shots with a common kind of thread setting in the same kind of story starters, I guess.
Right.
But the more you read into each one, it's like, oh no, you can, like, the best way to play this is if your characters are on their way to research something at Candlekeep, then you can just take them on this tangent. So it's interesting trying to find a way to get everyone started on that trajectory, start on the right threads without having a lot of baggage.
What was the general story from the first episode of it for the level 1 characters? How did that relate to the second one?
It doesn't. They're all completely disconnected.
Oh, completely.
Yeah,
Wow.
completely disconnected.
Interesting.
As we say hello to Dave. Welcome, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hey team, how we doing?
Super.
Pretty good.
Sorry I'm a minute late. Just caught up on a side quest. How it is.
Which is
Had to go
basically
get
what
the bones
Candlekeep
of a
is, right?
parrot.
Bunch of side quests.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're unrelated. A lot of the things kick off as like one of the first things is finding the book. So how would the characters actually find the book, which sets them on that journey? Which is why we started with, I've completely forgotten everyone's character names. Dave, I think it was your character, wasn't it? Who was in the library researching something.
I think so.
Yeah, I was reading various books. Yeah.
Books. Yeah, so
I'm playing Maximiliano of House Messiniti.
That's right.
And,
Maximiliano.
Another mouthful.
That's it.
Yeah, so it kicks off with things like this story will generally start if people are researching topics including but not limited to magic and the weave, lycanthropy and its origins, or demon lords of the abyss. Really specific and obscure things which your characters may never end up researching, but you can kind of make it up.
I mean, Maximiliano, comes from a wizardry family. He's got an interesting backstory that being a wizard is not exactly what he thought he would be doing. So he's very good with the sword, hence the blade singer. But he still needs to do a lot of research. Wizards don't get things for free, so.
True.
That's what I thought. I was banking on that when started you guys off in the library.
Thought I'd give you that one as an easy kind of setup anytime you need to research something at the Candlekeep, mate.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. You're going to get used for the other 14 different things we're going to solve. You'll be used for the next 200 pages.
It's a good
Done
thing
and
you're
done.
there. Don't think Celine would have been much help.
Talk us through your character, Carlos, because geez, it was interesting.
Oh, Celine, the blind monk, extremely wise, was once trying to be a wizard, but didn't like that entire environment about wizardry and that kind of magic. So then he went off to join a monastery, and then through that he rebelled and ended up. Not sure if everybody caught this, but the when I mentioned the fire, when he lost his eyes in the fire, that was self-inflicted kind of, set himself on fire.
Wow, that's pretty dark. I'm sure there's much more to
Yeah.
it than that.
Yeah.
Not because he just fell
It
on
was,
fell on a fire face first, or wanted to have a
no, no.
close look.
Yeah. Political statement. He ended up surviving, and then yes, things worked out well in the end for him.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna-
apart from the fact that he can't see, but apart from that,
Yeah, he can
You know.
hear well enough and tremor sense well enough. So
But he
Okay.
can't see, but he is see. So
yeah,
doesn't matter.
See
Was the
went to
name
see
just
to
to
see what
play
he
on
could
irony, or what?
yeah.
Was the name just for shits and giggles, or
Oh
there's more
yeah,
to it?
so there's a League of Legends character that he is very loosely, but not that loosely, based off, called Lee Sin. So I just swapped the names around. See Lin,
Oh, I
and
see
I'm
what
like,
you
oh
did
yeah,
there.
see,
Yeah.
yep, he can't see, but
Yeah, question for both of you. In coming into this, it sounds like you've put a fair bit of thought into your characters. How fleshed out is the backstory and everything that you guys have made up for these two so far? Is it like haphazardly thrown together, or is it like, oh, I can see how this guy got where he's going, or got where he
Yeah.
is?
Maximiliano is pretty simple. He's just got like a bit of an origin story rather than a backstory. Just, his family's a great wizarding name. He didn't really want to get stuck being an academic like most of his family, so he's kind of ventured out and picked up the sword along the way. And just turns out that he worked out he can both wield magic and have a sword. That's about it.
So-
it's not too deep.
Neither of you are multi-classing, or you were?
no.
I will be.
You will
Oh,
be.
interesting.
So your
Wow.
Maximilian is wizard now, but will be going into wizard fighter.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
That is a
So-
combo you don't see very often. That's cool.
No, but I mean, it plays really well with the Blade Singer. All the Blade Singer does is get up in your grill and flick a little, rapier around or a finesse sword or something. And so, yeah, interesting little idea. I did a little bit of backstory reading and stuff on the ways you can play the Blade Singer, and it's got an interesting way to play it with the fighter. So,
That's cool.
a bit of action surge never hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm. And Carlos, your character C was taken off League of Legends. Was there more to it you put into the backstory? It really sounds like it with this political statement. It sounds like there's a lot to tap into there.
With the backstory, there's like really, really old lore from like season 1 and season 2, like 2010, that is just now completely defunct in the like Riot Games League of Legends universe. So I drew a lot of the backstory from there. But obviously, I think in the original backstory, Lee Sin was trying to be a summoner and then ended up joining the monastery. And I'm like, oh, well, that wouldn't really make sense because what the hell's a summoner? That they don't exist in D&D. So I changed a few things around to make it fit the setting.
Okay, excellent, love it. And
Yeah.
we'll be carrying these characters through future Candlekeep mysteries, as and when our DM
Yeah.
might need a little extra time to get us back on track.
Just if you've taken him from the League of Legends, does he have really salty tears? Like really salty? 'Cause that's what I've heard most of the most of the LoL community is got very salty tears when things don't go great.
Oh yeah, especially Lee Sin players. Yeah,
Great,
I was trying
great.
to.
Looking
There's
forward to
a-
it.
Yeah. There's like this phenomenon. It's incredible mental phenomenon that happens with Lee Sin players. They have an ability, your Q ability. Basically, you aim at someone, you do like a sonic kick at them, and then if you click Q again, if you hit them, you kind of fly towards them. And I was trying to think, man, how could I incorporate that into the game? Anyways, what players do is called Lee syndrome. And so if you hit the Q, like no matter what, if you're gonna die instantly, you're pressing Q again, you're going in. I was like, I need to put that. I need to figure out how to put that into the D&D character.
I feel like there should be a lot of just charging in on the character.
Yeah,
And then why did you do that? Well, I saw an opportunity. Oh,
Yeah.
stupid.
I had to.
This guy
Fill in
sounds
the
like
man
he
who
could be a
can't
bit of
see
a
sees
Leroy
opportunity.
Jenkins type character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ceiling Jenkins.
So kicking off the story last time, I planted you guys in the Candlekeep library, even though in further reading suggests that probably wasn't the right place to start. Doesn't really matter. To discover this book, which would then turn into a new creature in Candlekeep sourcebook, the Ging Watsum. What was running through your heads when this book just turned into an orb of ectoplasm?
I had the idea there was something or someone nearby in control of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we're going to be running around the Candlekeep, like running around looking for the bad dude inside. So that's when I was like, we should go to Baldur's Gate. I was like, but the bad dude will be here. He had to be controlling that thing. I was really confused. I realized I got set on my track until we're like, actually, we should definitely go. Let's go.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking the same thing. I just kind of went along with the plan. I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, we hit a brick wall in Baldur's Gate and then end up coming back. But yeah, I was expecting the bad people controlling the book or behind it all to be at the original place. It's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, in looking back now, it did take a bit of a few, I guess, red herrings almost you guys followed. To then go, hang on a second, the solution isn't here.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is why I was like, let's go and chat to all these people, right? In other parts of the people who bought the books, they've obviously done something dodgy to the books themselves. It wasn't until it started to come out, oh, well, actually, I got it from this particular location. Oh, me too. I also got it from that location. Oh, guess where I got mine? Feeling like Waterdeep Campaign 1 back in the... You should go to 3 episodes telling us to go to Baldur's Gate before we finally worked it out.
And what did we think of the other characters which joined the crew? There was now well-known Finry, who tailed along. Parallel Dimension Finry. And we also had guest Emily from Fate's Grip, who was playing... What? The Pink Tiefling.
Yes, I forget the name as well.
Made a huge impact on you guys.
Someone telepot?
Trifle telepot, that's
Trifle telepot.
it. Trifle. Edmund Trifle.
Loved it. How good was it?
Yeah, she was great.
I love that she was willing to take the mickey quite early on as well. Was not concerned. Got in there. Made plenty of sea jokes. Loved it.
Yeah.
No, I loved it, having Emily with us, and always good to see. Interesting to see how Dan plays a different version of Finry. It's like he's like trying to test out, would that have worked better, or how would I have played that? But I think Emily's Trifle Telepot just seemed to fit right in and take the piss out of everyone straight away. Perfectly well suited to a bright pink Tiefling.
Yeah, I was really surprised actually with how much like chemistry the group had straight away, just off the bat. It was really nice group of characters. You're all really got on well.
Absolutely.
I must say that having someone to mock really did bring together the group so well.
Yeah. That's
Seeded seemed to be the butt of a few jokes without even realizing what was going on a lot of the time.
No.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic.
It was we were laughing with him.
Yeah, of course we were.
Oh yeah, definitely. But no, I really enjoyed it. I hope it's a great avenue for us to do some more, crossover episodes, and that'll be fantastic. Hopefully, we'll get some of our Queensland-based team from Raging Rolls to head up and do a Fate's Grip session. That would be fantastic.
That would be fun.
Have you got a link to Fate's Grip available?
I do. I was just
in the chat.
Gotta hope that's spelled right. There we go. That's it. They play under the handle Venice Elder.
How good's that?
Wow.
So check them out. I think they generally play Wednesdays.
Oh my goodness. Session 68 they're up to. Dang.
I know. Well, straight after this, go and see it, but don't go before we finish.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
What happened next, team? You know, you clued on that the party was in Baldur's Gate through some conversations with a couple of characters. One fairly friendly to you all, and one less so.
Well, once we finally made the decision to actually make the move and head to Baldur's Gate, we went on Dan's Finry's late show with Finry. Even meaningful, asked some questions.
Oh yeah.
You know,
What did we think of that? How he was just interviewing every one of you one by one.
I was okay with it.
Yeah.
You know, said a little thing. I don't know if we needed every single episode that we do for Candlekeep, but I'd be keen to, you know, hear a little bit from the late show with Finry for any new people that we get to join. A quick chat. I guess my question there, Jez, was we didn't have any problems in our 5 nights. Was that just like extraordinarily good rolling? You seem to be taking those 5 nights as individual nights, and I wasn't sure if you were rolling for something happened or perception or.
No, you did encounter something on night 4. You
Raccoon?
encountered the were-rats
The rats.
and the giant rats, which
that's right.
posed no problem whatsoever. Yeah. You know, I really wanted that were-rat to get away because he had an opportunity to come back later, but not to be.
Oh really? Damn.
But yeah, it like I don't want to give too much away on how I roll things, but I don't want it to feel like, oh, I'm rolling for perception, therefore something's going to happen tonight. So I think there'll always be some occasions where maybe nothing happens, but you're still looking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, should the whole party fall asleep one time, then all hell might break loose. But
So one of the very first games that Mark and I played with a couple other guys before we kind of forged raging roles, we went and played, and they played that you had to roll for perception on any time you took a short rest, and essentially if you didn't roll well, you got attacked.
Oh my god. Really?
So you just had these like endless short rests that never happened, and just literally going somewhere. If you said it was a 3-night journey, that might be a 3 or 4 hour session might be traveling there because you just have an endless amount of fights. And I was at the end of this thing, I was like, really, this is all it is? Just I have to fight 1,000 things to go between towns. And there was no fun play, there was no role play, there was no like story reason. It was just pure, here's a bunch of things attacking you. All right.
Every single time you want to rest.
Every single time. Yeah.
You're in the middle of nowhere. It's like
Yeah.
undead rise from the ground.
Yeah.
But you said even for a short rest, so supposedly things are just watching you,
Sorry.
waiting for you to sit down and then just launch.
Well, if you were like, you know, walking along and you're not perceptive enough, they're going to attack you if you don't. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
very
It was
frequent.
weird. It was weird. We lost a lot of time just doing that.
That's one thing I was very cognizant of. I didn't want the whole thing to be just wasted on the 5-day journey between cities. This hopefully
On the
the idea
road
was
again.
to finish the whole thing in one sitting,
Sitting,
which we did.
On the road again.
It was a bit of a late one, but we got there in the end.
We got that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the were-rat wasn't going to have much luck.
No. I think we had like how did we have playing? It was us 3, Dan, and Trifle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's 4 players, and we had one big bad and a couple of rats.
This is the thing, right? You didn't really have a big bad. It was a big
Well, we
bad
had
if you wanted to be a big bad,
Yeah.
but equally it could have gone completely differently.
Yeah,
So-
I wonder, can you tell us what like other potential like endpoints there were for the story?
We can get to it. We can get to it.
Ah,
We
yeah.
can just skip
Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I think
Um,
I think we had a good opportunity to sort of flex the muscles a little bit on a couple of new characters with the were-rat. I think ultimately it was a good little encounter.
My highlight from that encounter, or just prior to that encounter, was Finnery tricking C into eating dead rat as chicken.
Oh yeah. I can't believe I had like a +7 or something to my perception check. It was insane, and and I failed. I was like, oh my god. But that was amazing. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was creativity, and you know, Finry being the rogue, he's an arcane trickster, isn't he? He's just gonna pull shit. You gotta be ready for that.
I feel like we have a thing in the group about forcing people to eat random things.
Yeah,
There's lots of gross foods and
it
drinks.
happens.
So good. Yeah, the Were-Rat tried to run away once he saw his posse of giant rats were being slaughtered. One of you guys managed to hunt it down and destroy him. Probably not C. C was pretty quiet through that whole encounter.
Yeah,
whole
I was tired.
Tired. Too much water.
She did punch like 4 of the Gizzy Wockles into oblivion though, like.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah.
Monks are powerful.
Well, you know, just once you get near something, you've got those extra senses.
Yeah.
Right. One of those extra senses is bicep. So, you know. I'm saying only one player's like punched 3 things into oblivion in the group. So
That's true.
Mm.
Being able to attack twice or 3 times a round was pretty helpful.
Yeah, man. Those unarmed strikes. So, literally.
So you guys got past the encounter with the Were-Rat, just shy of the entry to Baldur's Gate. Got through Baldur's Gate entry okay, and found your way to the market to try and track down this Amber Dune books. Was there anything about the discovery of that location, or what could have been? See, this in my mind was an area which I could have probably described better. What worked well in trying to set the scene here, and what could have been better?
Do you mean the market scene in general, or?
Yeah, it was interesting because you guys had interviewed both the other NPCs back in Candlekeep who had bought the other books.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of had the ability to find the bookshop really quickly and easily.
Yeah.
But I didn't want it to be like just, oh, there it is standing in front of you. Did you guys have a good understanding, looking back at it, of what the feel or look of the market felt like? What did it look like in your eyes is what I'm trying to ask.
I feel like we would have had to push a little bit harder, you know, if our characters hadn't been there, or if, we hadn't done those interviews, I think, right? To kind of give us a little bit more instruction. I think that it was painted well enough that we could envisage it like an old school market type thing. Maybe a little bit more detail. To help set the scene about what this particular market was like. Was it really overcrowded? Was it more sparse? Was it, more tent city versus, more solid structures? Because I know, from what we got, I got an idea in my brain, but I was just thinking about it then. I'm like, well, there was a few things that probably I've just invented along the way, which is totally fine. So long as I don't, I jump off this giant brick wall that's made of tent material. Okay, well, I don't do that then, And so I feel like there was enough there to have a story that was, concise and able to be interpreted, but not too much that it kind of backed us in any particular way or left us stranded with not enough details. But yeah, look, I mean, if you wanted to go a little bit more details or just give a little bit more framework as to, without saying every tent looked like this exact precise thing, but maybe like there was lots of tents. Okay, now I get an idea. It's more tent focused type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think in character, I think we had all the tools to find where it was. Finreid's already been there. We interviewed the people. Out of character, just having like a general, understanding of the place. I thought it was overall good, but then again, similar with you, Dave. I'm not really sure how much I invented in my own head. Theater of the mind. How much of that just came along? In general, I like I don't know. I really like being told the 5 senses of whenever you go into a new environment. It's like, oh yeah, this is what you see, this is what you hear, this is what it smells like. There's so many such and such people around that feeling you in such a way or whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah.
So for Jeremy to describe it for your character, it'd be like, okay, so see, very dark, very dark for you. You hear lots and you smell a lot and you touch lots, but it's very dark, this place. You don't understand why it's so dark. You can feel the sun
Place
on
looks
you.
the same.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, fair. I'll take that on board. I do, like, when I was preparing for this kind of thing, I'm like, okay, I get a feel for that in my head, but then I think when it comes to trying to you guys entering that area, I know all that already. So it's in my head. That's what I see. So why don't you guys see that? But yeah, I understand. I need to do that better.
I mean, I thought it was fine. Like, it didn't particularly strike
Didn't
out.
detract. Yeah, there was no point in which I was like, gee, I really wish I understood where I was, but I think it got good solid understanding.
The one thing that threw me off a little bit, or why I asked this question, is when you guys ended up finding the Amber Dune Books shop. You were like, oh, I go into the shop. I'm like, no, it's just a cart. So yeah, I missed the mark on that one. But then we met a couple of the Jackalwares, and the lead Jackalware, Corvala. What was running through your brains meeting the conversation with Corvala, and it seemed like everyone was ready to throw down there and then.
I know.
I think we're in the big bad mindset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think from everything we saw, they just seemed like good people. You know what I mean? Like, we were so mean to them and so aggressive, and like, we're gonna, dress you down and hunt you down and tell us where it is. We'll bash you up. It's like, oh god, that was alright.
I love that
Sealight's
after all that. Yeah, sorry, keep going.
No, yeah, you go.
I was just say, after all that, we couldn't even wait for them to take us to their lair. We just went there ourselves. Like,
I know.
Can you imagine, like, at the end of the thing, that NPC is like, Cavala's just like, oh, I was going to take them back to the shack. I wonder where they are. I can't find them. Okay, well, I'm going to go there now, and it's going to be a great story. What the hell is the door open for?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I thought it was great. I thought it was perfect how much crap you guys gave her.
Yeah.
How much pressure in the shop.
Yeah.
Then just go, fuck it, we're going there anyway. Oh, too funny. What do we think of sorry, backing up on that a bit for a second. There was the possibility there where the city guard were about to arrest you guys. It was very close.
Yeah.
Which would have completely derailed everything.
Yeah. Roll a D5. That's how many weeks you're in jail for.
Roll a D100. That's how many people have been killed by the books while you're in jail.
Yeah.
Let that weigh on your conscience for a while.
Because now you've grown a
You
conscience.
all revert
sure.
to level 1. You're all going back to level 1. Yeah, I think we've got a conscience, Jeremy.
Party of motorhomes. I know what
Well,
Robin's talking about now.
My fear is like the cops show up and either we try and bribe them and get them to go away or something, or we just murder hobo. But I'm like, murder hobo in the middle of the market, probably not going to be the most like calm, rational thing to do. Probably will disrupt everything and screw it for us, and now we're going to fight 40 guards. Yeah. So I was thankful for the way it turned out.
Yeah. Realistically, in that situation, it's either we talk our way out of it, or we run away, or we fight them and then die. Because there was no way we win. Because we kill them, okay, we kill the 2, or 4 more come. Oh, 3 rounds later, 8 more come. It's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, Jez, here's my question for you. You're a relatively new DN, right? You've now encountered a situation like this where you're like, I'm so thankful they didn't try and murder hobo their way out, a bunch of murder hobos, stupid murder hobos. You can see from the other side now that murder hobo might not be the best thing ever. Do you think that's going to impact how you play, Hector in campaign 2, the 7 Rings? In the next murder hobo-esque situation? Are you going to try and defuse the situation? Are you going to be throwing the first to ratchet at the other people? Like,
I don't think Hector's going to be the first to try and throw down against others. He is absolutely going to be one to try and diffuse and discuss rather than attack. The challenge Hector has in our other campaign is that he's surrounded by what seems like a bunch of murder hobos. So trying to diffuse that is going to take a fair bit of time to unpick, I think, why everyone has this tenacity to swing first and talk later. At least that's the impression.
I can tell you why Rab is into that, right? I can
Yeah,
tell you
same.
why. There's a very clear reason he's being told to do it. So, you know.
But not every soul. Not everyone.
Not every soul.
So therefore,
Not every-
questions need to be asked.
Just a reminder, like when we were in the tunnel before we all split up and ran away, he tried to intimidate rather than just stab him in the face.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Name wasn't in the
I
book.
think that was a winnable fight. We could have taken them easily.
I did also think that.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. You guys were just saying in the Baldur's Gate market, if you had taken down 2 guards, another 4 would have turned up, and then another 8. Why not the same situation occurring in...
Yeah, man, we're in the marketplace.
Oh.
The marketplace is open. There's a bunch of just guards around. Where if we're in a tunnel, there was only a few guards in front of us. The rest of them are off doing other things and distracted down other rabbit holes in the sewers, right? Like we kill the dudes in front of us and then take off down the sewer. There's no one else chasing us. They're all busy.
True.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. And
Yeah,
For
it's like when we
Malchus-
did the.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say when we did the spell and did the friend spell and we kind of got away. It wasn't that more of them suddenly showed up and we had to do another spell. Like we did what we did and got away type thing.
Yeah, and for Malchus, he can't be captured because if he gets separated from his sword, oh my god, oh no, that's just the worst of all worlds. That's never happening. So he's never gonna put himself in a position where he'll get separated with his lovely angel queen sword. So
Oh, that's going to play out, I'm sure.
yeah, like he'll just die to protect the sword and stay with us.
I wonder what happened if the sword comes up in
God.
Rab's book.
No, how do you even
How does
kill the
one
magical
kill a
sword?
What
Put it in a
happened
hot
first?
fire?
Then we'll just try and
Yeah.
hide it somewhere and see what happens.
Just hit it against stone for.
But yeah,
Yeah, interesting things.
looking back to the market in Baldur's Gate and what you guys have just discussed, I'm super happy that it went the way it did, because if you guys had tried to attack then, I was completely unprepared for that. I mean, oh shit,
She's just
okay,
gonna
give me
kill
2
us.
minutes.
Yeah. Who's gonna
Yeah.
kill us?
Anyway, get ready to roll new characters next week, guys. I'm about to kill you.
Yeah. That's the best part. I don't like when DMs are too hold their punches too much, because it feels like there's not really any consequences for our decisions. We can just do whatever we want. So I like it when it's like, oh, you made a bad decision. It's like, okay, you guys are screwed. Good luck.
I was really towing that line, to be honest, about whether the guards should do something further, intervene further or not. Yeah, but good to know that you're up for it. Everyone's up for it. Consequences.
Yep. Do you think there was an easier way to get through that scene in the marketplace? Like, could we have just roleplayed a bit easier, been a bit kinder, like added more concern for the people who'd been attacked? Like,
I don't think you could have got a better outcome than Korvala offering to show you where things were kept and done. The other option you could have done, at least what it says here, is to follow the Jackalwares back to their hideout, which you guys did. So you had both options given to you through fairly well-played conversations. And Korvala was not meant to be someone who was supposed to be a pushover, but she was definitely guarding secrets, which was pretty obvious.
Yep.
So through, arranging for her to take you back and then completely standing her up and tailing her homies back to the hideout anyway, you encountered the Amber Dune hideout. And it's not a big place, not a big place to visit. And hopefully none of you were looking at the stream view, which would have shown all the secrets.
Finry was, as per his comments that I'm looking at the stream.
Yeah.
Finry. Are you on there, Finry? Bloody Finry. Once that was known, I made like an effort not to. But normally I am in chat, watching what's going on. And
it's fine. I trust you guys to play the scene properly, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Opening that first door with it being completely pretty much unlocked. I think it was Finner who tried to
I think he made it pretty good. Yeah, I think he made a pretty good roll on his thieves tools as well. It just happened to be unlocked.
Just unlocked. That room was supposed to be fairly comfortable looking, fairly cozy, with a nice comfortable looking plush rug on the floor.
Can't believe the rug. Unbelievable.
What a stitch up.
Yeah.
See,
I was sure that there was something going on with that rug.
There absolutely was.
Yeah. I was also, my other thought was one or two things. One, it says the rug, there's something with the rug, or two, there's something under the rug, like a trapdoor, right? And we'll go down the trapdoor into a basement, which I was, there was a trapdoor in a different room. So I was kind of like, I think I was close. It's like, hey, can you get the rug?
Yeah.
That bit onto your hand, right? C's hand.
Yes. Bit onto C's hand. Unbelievable. C was not prepared for that. He was not ready. Wasn't expecting
Didn't see it coming?
And then he wasn't expecting the flaming chest to attack him as well. Well, everything in this house is just a magical creature trying to kill you. How do these people live?
Here's the thing, right? I'm looking through the book. I'm like, there's not enough big bad guys in this. But then breaking it all down, there's tons of smaller ones. And I think what proved to be probably the most challenging was those Gingmotsums.
Oh, yeah, those things were powerful. They were so strong.
I thought, oh shit, someone's
especially for low level characters.
Yeah.
They like nearly one-shot us.
Yeah. So the rug came out and it grabbed you, was subdued through conversation with one of the jackal wares who popped out of the kitchen. And all you had to do was wait. And she would have shown you through to the rest of the house, straight to the study, and it all would have been rosy. But I think it was Maximilian, who
doesn't sound anything like I would do that.
Just open the door, like what's in here? I wonder.
I just reached my head around, just had a little look. It's fine. It was fun. Good little session. But it kind of led us through to the next little bit of an encounter and checking things out, and found a nice little mimic, which I think a few of the group were super excited for.
Mimic. I would never know. In preparing for this, how to play a mimic, but it seemed like it fit well when it just licked somebody's arm. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Especially when it's like these rooms are so small and cramped. You're trying to fit like 6 or 7 people in this small space.
Yeah.
Worked for me. One thing I wasn't sure what to play, and I'm keen for you guys' input, is the jackal wares in this whole thing pretty much did nothing. They did not attack you. A lot of the content says they don't like to fight unless really provoked. They won't defend unless they're attacked in their own house, basically.
Yeah.
So when the mimic came up and you guys were attacking that, I'm like, shit, should these jackal wares be getting involved now or standing back frightened? So I went with the frightened card, given that they're not keen on seeing much battle. How did that fit? How did that land with everyone, both as players and characters?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was a little bit surprised that there wasn't as much big bad lair inside the shack. I thought there was going to be more like, when you get there, we're breaking in, hey, there's a dude, he's going to attack us for sure, somebody's caught up in the rug. I thought it was all going to be on. So yeah, I think I was a little bit like they've lured us back to the evil lair and they're going to be attacking us type thing. So yeah, I was a bit surprised by that.
Was that good? Was that bad?
It's different.
Surprised.
It's different. Yeah. I mean, it's good to be surprised sometimes. And
But
maybe then think about what was going on and what the bigger picture was. If these guys weren't just attacking me, then maybe they weren't the ultimate big bad, or maybe there wasn't like evil, right? Because I mean, that's how I play harm. He's not evil, even though he's a death domain cleric.
Interesting point you brought up, because I think that plays into how the different ways this story could have ended. What did Carlos and C think about the Jackal Wares not attacking?
Yeah, so I think so C, he's kind of, even though he's wise, he's still pretty not that intelligent. So I don't think he was really really understood all the social conventions that we were breaking. So, but out of character, I think they were 100% well within their rights to just attack us on sight as soon as we just broke into their house. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, they were definitely very kind. They were very kind. Surprisingly kind. Yeah. I think they could have definitely easily attacked us.
I mean, these Jackal Wares are here for business and to make friends, not to make enemies.
Yeah, and then like yeah. He's like, they're not, you know, trained fighters or anything like that, right?
No.
Mind you, their gigawatts are out there killing people.
Gigawatts. Close
Yeah,
enough.
that's it too.
Gigawatts, is that what they were?
Yeah, so look, this was an interesting play when, after you guys took down the Mimic and Korvala was going to give everything up and show you how it all went down in her study, if she had have went into that study first, those two Gingwatsums would have not attacked. They wouldn't have existed. But because Finny went in there first, they were like, intruder alert, attack.
Interesting.
So that was cool, because trying to fit, you know, 2 bad guys and 4 people in like a 3x4 space was tough. There was no movement. There was not much movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was okay. Like, it worked well.
I was going to say, how did you guys try and like the encounter with these creatures that no one's ever heard of before?
It was good.
Man, I enjoyed it. I think having a powerful creature meant we had to be thoughtful in what we did, right? Especially in the kind of like, there's a little opportunity to run away or just go to the far side of the room and shoot a bow at it. It was like, it's on top of you. It's doing things. Make a choice right now. And like, because I cast flame hands, I think I cast at it, and get the cone to fit in a way that didn't touch a trifle maybe, and it was like, okay, I've got to do this, and I'm really sorry.
Consequences.
Yeah, it was consequences, but it was kind of like, you know, this is the price of doing it in a small room. Even if I, you know, throw my sword around, there's a chance it stabs somebody else or hits somebody or something like that. So yeah, consequences were very thick in a very small room like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a great fight. I love really close fights. I think 2 of us were downed at one point. I know I got downed, and yeah, it makes, you know, interesting decisions, especially for the clerics. It's like, oh my god, do I heal this guy or do I do damage to them? You know, they might be super low, but what if I miss? And it's like, what if I heal them but then die in the next round, or they just die instantly again because they're low health? It's like, yeah, makes really yeah, good, nice and tense. Very nice.
It was brutal, especially when that flame was a sacred flame or flaming hands or something like that. Whatever sacred flame. So I don't know what it was. Damaged the tiefling cleric.
Yeah.
And then the other I think, didn't one of the Gigawatts crit on her or something like that? And she was down to almost negative her full hit points.
Yeah,
it was almost an instant kill.
Welcome to the party and TPK.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be hilarious though? Brutal but hilarious.
Yeah.
What do we think of Finry hiding under the bed the whole time?
Good RP.
Yeah.
Good RP.
He found a way out though. Well, not a way out, but he found the next step in that endeavor, with the Gingwatsums destroyed through a series of, was it C who took them both down? Just punching them in the face.
Punching and kicking and backflip kicks, and who else knows
take
what?
Gaza wit. Left, right, left.
I can't imagine what it feels like to punch a ball of ectoplasm in the face. It'd be like punching Gak.
I wonder, yeah. Like non-Newtonian fluid or something.
Yeah, just It's getting very scientific. He's punching non. I'm going to call
Yeah.
them. They're not ectoplasm anymore. They are non-Newtonian fluid.
Those water polo players are very scientific. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But then, yeah, with Finry being a bit of a wimp and hiding under the bed with the tiefling, mind you, with the cleric, discovered the trapdoor. And I think that was it at that point or was it beforehand? When Korvala was basically dead. That's right. Yes, before the trapdoor was opened, she was about to open up, and I think it was Max who's like, "No, don't want to hear any of it." Somebody kills her on the spot. Yes, you pulled out.
No, Max set the chest on fire. Oh no, sorry. Max had her by the throat. Max had her by the throat and was going to spill her guts.
And spilled the guts.
You did.
That's brutal. What did she do to you?
Yeah.
What did she do to Max?
What did she do to us?
Literally tried to kill my party in a room, and had killed, attempted to kill and injure people back at the keep as well. Her very I'm just doing this thing on the side actually was very deadly to a bunch of people. Not happy with it. I mean, seeing multiple of the clerics go down, and being in instant and close range, mortal danger because somebody just wanted to bring one other person back. Like, what's the weight of life there? And so kind of as the leader, it was like, well, if I could just literally grab the leader by the throat and spill the belly and cancel that process. That's why I checked with her. You're the only one who knows how to make these things, right? Yeah, of course, I'm the only one. Great. You're out. Just cut that issue off at the head.
But it wasn't even as a wizard, teach me how to make them.
No,
No.
not death focused. He's this is the thing about Max Milano is he's based on his wants to smack things around with his sword. He's a wizard by the fact that he's been a wizard his whole life, and that's what he knows. He's studied and all the rest of it like his family, but he just doesn't want to go to that family line of academia. So he's out there doing things with his sword. So when the opportunity comes to learn or do something with his sword, he's going to do it with his sword.
Interesting. It's like the reluctant wizard. Doesn't want to follow in the parents' footsteps, but does know how to do it.
Does know how to do it.
Interesting to play. So I think from memory, you spilled her guts, opened up her belly, everything poured out, blood oozing everywhere.
Rolled like a 4 or something, so it wasn't a mortal wound.
It wasn't. It was still pretty brutal. And then she was basically skull dragged downstairs into the trapdoor area.
Jesus,
pretty much.
That is true. It was very brutal.
Yeah. And she was just being completely honest. So finding the treasure, and again, this is going to be a question for Max, or a comment for Max. Maximiliano. Apologies for calling him Maximilian before. I'm sure I'm going to get stabbed.
It's all good. I've called you Gits and Weasels 1,000 different names so far.
2 chests. Right?
Yes.
One was discovered to contain the originals of 6 books that were being copied into King Botsoms, and one was discovered to contain their savings towards resurrecting their much beloved leader.
Yeah.
What was going through Max's head when he was not having a bar of it?
Well, in reflection, I should take the gold. But at the same time, the same way of killing the person to stop the future King Watsoms, that was kind of the same process. I'm just going to kill if I kill the heart, they have no need to, keep making these things and make more money.
Was C thinking much when everything was going down?
For C, it's all about finding your center, finding the balance, life and death, circle of life, things live, things die. He was okay with it, They unintentionally killed things, so they, unintentionally end up dead. So it's all a circle of life for him.
Accidents everywhere.
Yeah, just happy little accidents.
Just a quick side note, I did love all the little wise sayings that the C would come out with here and there. It was almost as though you were like, okay, I need something witty to say. Google it quick. Even though some of them didn't necessarily fit the situation, you're like, you know what? Here's a bit of wisdom for you.
Yeah.
Look, good wisdom delivered confidently makes you think maybe it does fit this situation. Maybe it's me who doesn't understand it, not
Yes,
the wisdom that
exactly.
doesn't
You
fit.
don't fit the situation.
You just
Yeah.
need to
Exactly.
reflect on it a little bit more.
That's it.
Yeah,
We need to meditate on it.
yeah.
So, with the original books discovered, and I think taken, yes, the heart of, I'm going to say, Nidalia seen, and the gold of 450 gold discovered. Max Milano torched the gold and torched the heart,
Yeah,
and you're bolted.
yeah, yeah.
Mission complete.
Burn everybody alive.
With
Mission-
were
I think
either of your
mission
characters, hang on, not mission ended. Were either of your characters, or do you think Finry or Trifle, feeling any kind of hesitation or remorse towards that?
Max was not. Max has come from like a fairly rich wizardry background and didn't need the money. And he was like, we need to end the drama and the Kim Watson's killing stuff. That's what he was thinking about. And he was like, these people are responsible. He didn't see them as innocents. He was like, we're burning this bad boy down, solving the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, Seelin was he's pretty committed, It's like, well, we're not killing them really. They're killing themselves by not thinking of a way out, so it's pretty much their fault, so.
They got themselves into this situation.
Yes,
You're just seeing
yes.
it through for them.
Exactly. Way of life.
I did think that was pretty amazing how, torch the place, run out, and then Finry's last comment was, I'm just going to lock the door behind me to seal them in.
Yeah. Oh my god, if that wasn't enough.
And this is a building with no
Oh, dear.
windows and no other doors. Just one door in, living in darkness.
Yeah. He saw some weird things under that bed and he did not want anything exiting that house. So
Yeah. Just locked them to their fate, so those poor souls didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything. No, let's talk about that, because after that, you all got back to Candlekeep and delivered the original books,
Mhm.
and got a trophy of, what was it? A helmet of comprehend languages or something like that.
Yep.
Which is all well and good. Mission complete. That was
We also did one other thing in returning the original books. The people who had been bonded to do work at the keep no longer had to do that work. Gained ourselves a few friends there.
you did. So that would have been who was that? Valor. Valor was doing the roofing. She wasn't keen on that.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, got her out of doing that. Was there any, how else do you think this could have been resolved? Because I'm just looking at my book here, and there's 3 general endings to this.
So one other thing for me was like I learned the Gizem. You brought it up earlier, right? I learned how to make Gizem Watsums. All right, and then either leave them alive but kill the heart, or tell them don't send any more to the, and don't sell any more books. Do something else with it. Something like that. Could have given them the money was the other one I thought of. I didn't know how much money we had, but we could have given them some cash.
Mhm.
What did you reckon, Carlos?
Yeah, I thought basically either we kill them all, we steal all their stuff, or we become friends with them. I thought those were the main 3 possible outcomes, and probably the most ethical one was just talking to them, because they seemed really nice. They were too nice. We've probably gotten everything worked out by just talking to them, but no. Yeah. What were the actual 3 main endings?
You guys did discover the first outcome, a bloodbath.
Does it specifically say lock them in to ensure they don't get out?
It does not say
Just
that.
burning the house to the ground. Yeah.
It does
Okay,
say
so we
characters-
took route 4, psychopathic bloodbath.
Yeah, you went a step further. Just a bit of flavour.
Had
It
to.
does say characters who see this path may not necessarily discover the pack's motives, but they can find the original source books and return them. But you guys did find the motives, yes? Yes.
Yeah.
Through torture.
So you could have gone in and just start swinging, but you didn't. There was some hesitation, which was great.
I think if the person who called the rug off and like was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop that! Just be calm. She'll be back soon." We all kind of got disarmed a bit and went, I guess we're not going to kill everything straight away then.
Good. I think what the more of the path you guys took was the one labeled here as restitution. The party may not excuse the Jackalwares for their actions. That sounds very much like what Max Milano was on about.
Yeah, 100%. Did not excuse them. Forget your friend is no longer alive, but so be it. Get better at necromancy or something.
Yep, so that seems like more a bit of a bloodbath with restitution. The reason for the bloodbath was there is no forgiveness here, or no, reason here. And obviously the third option was what you guys have both already mentioned. Can you reach a peaceful agreement with them? Which probably would have been pretty easy. You could have bought the book's offer, maybe, but I don't know if you had enough money.
Depends though. I don't think they probably would have just been able to create more, right? With different books.
Probably.
Or yeah. I don't think Max would have been happy with that.
You could have helped her raise the money, so they didn't need to go and use more King Watsums. Lots of options. So yeah, we didn't get to uncover too much about Nadalia, which was a bit of a mystery there, and that's just how it is. Yeah, but that was Candlekeep episode 2. Highlights, lowlights?
Happy days. I quite enjoyed giving a new character a run. Always enjoy thinking of a new backstory, putting someone together, getting a chance to see how they go. It's always a bit of fun. Highlight definitely special guest. Definitely a special guest. Yeah.
The whole episode was a lot of fun. She was great too, guest. And probably the biggest highlight was just that whole ending sequence because it was just so over the top and just like it just kept escalating and escalating and escalating. I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it. This is fun. So, I like that.
It was chaos. It was good chaos.
Yeah.
And next time we venture into Candlekeep, it'll be for the Book of the Raven.
Interesting.
But I'm going to close it now, so I don't read too much more on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow we're back into Trankasha with Call of the Seven Rings. Yeah. Pumped.
So excited. So
Super
ready.
excited.
Straight into battle, straight into escapes. Hopefully, it's going to be full on straight away. What was your question?
Yeah, it should be.
Sorry, go Dave.
Oh no! I was just going to say very, very quick to start. It'll be very quick to start.
What was your thing you were talking about way back at the start there, Carlos, before we even went live?
What was I saying?
I don't know.
I can't even remember.
Just that we have these creatures well, not in front of Hector, but in front of everybody else that are. We don't know what they're called yet, do we? We don't know what they are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Zooming in on their little
I've got
tokens.
absolutely no idea.
Freaky.
They
I
do.
know we have who's ready for combat. So there's Harm. There is Malchus.
Yep.
There's Finry, sort of, even though he's being a Finry and hiding behind a wall. Who else is ready for battle there?
Henry, Rafe.
Rafe, and no, not.
Yeah, that's
Not
it.
Ray,
I think
huh?
that's
Yeah.
everybody.
Hmm.
Because Ray is trying to break you and Asteria out of prison. That's everybody, right? Oh, and what's his name?
Flint.
Flint. That's it.
So 5 taking on this army of crystal. For lack of a better term, I'm going to go with crystal creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's also that other big bad that's on the that nobody else seems to be looking at. Yeah, Dish Genny,
It's only a
the
bit bad
dude
because
that did
in
my
your
book. Hey, look, all I'm saying is that somebody's going to die.
Yeah.
Gonna be kind of interesting to kind of play that on the side and make it totally a normal thing that just somebody else dies during the fray, or if I can't work out who he is, everyone else dies during the fray, so that we just get him by default.
You don't have any evidence that he's at the market, do you? Or wherever
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. The person that I was speaking to, that the thieves' cant person that Finri knew. I asked her and she told me he was at the market. That's why I was going to head.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And that was my thing to do the next morning. Then when we woke up, there was we started and the explosion happened. So yeah.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
I thought about sneaking there at night, and I'm like, the market might not be operating at night in full swing. So decided against that. But yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's there. I couldn't see him last time, but I'm going to make a bit of a prayer for help and then maybe just kill a bunch of people if I can't work out who he is, or try and be a little sneaky and deceptive. Yeah, quick, Dinge, come here, quick, where are you?
Dinge. Two-part question. Two questions for you, Dave.
Yeah,
First one, were you honestly considering taking our already fractured party and fracturing it into just you running a solo mission in the dark at night?
Well, I mean, if there was just Johnny's next door in the other bar, and he's a regular there, yeah, I would have just snuck out by myself, go do a little quick solo mission and duck back, get my short sleep in. Considering it was in the market though, and I was like, market wouldn't have been like, if I go at 2 a.m. to the market, he won't be there. He'll be sleeping somewhere, unlikely sleeping in his, in his market cart or something. So decided against that. It was more situational.
And second part, not really a question, but just an observation. I'm looking forward. I pictured this whole market scene, especially how Harm's going to encounter it, is like an old Schwarzenegger movie where he's like, shit's exploding all over the place. He's running up. Are you the guy? Are you the guy?
Ginge, tell me what the Ginge is.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
need to find him, get him to the chopper.
I love that mental image.
Yeah.
That is definitely.
But it'll be that like running past like a demon dude, just like stab it and then speak to the guy on the ground who's like freaked out. Are you Ginge? He's like, amazing. Yes. Quick, come with me if you want to live. And then as he turns his back on me, I just grab him by the shoulder and just straight through.
Just grab his headlock and ram his head into the concrete wall of the fount of the well right next to Finri.
Hide here. Finri's like, he's dead. Well, he can't die twice.
Oh, we need a Schwarzenegger type character in the party. We have no barbarians. We need a barbarian.
If we die, then if we die and I have to recreate, I'm thinking I'll run a cool barb. So but that's part of the thing of like running Sue for multiple different campaigns and one shots and stuff. Was he was really kind of into that and just got all of my barbarian kind of needs out of the way.
I know. I'm playing the artificer at the moment. I'm like, this guy is just so squishy. I'm completely useless in an encounter. Like, I'm trying to find my value in the group. It's like, would have been the worst thing if Hector dies.
Well, I mean, the thing is though, if you're going to pump out a lot of damage, or if you're going to provide other people the way to pump out damage, that could be good too. So like Harm is going to get up there in their grill, but he's going to spend a lot of his time grappled. Right, and he's going to spend a lot of his time like doing the occasional touch spell if he can get them to go prone, right? But if he can get someone to go prone, then suddenly there's like 3 other people that are all going to suddenly get advantage on their attacks, right? And that's huge. If you can give everyone in the group who's a melee character advantage on attacks, right? Or Big Bad tries to get away, and I essentially sacrifice all of my damage so I can get them into a grappled state and put their movement to 0. That's going to screw up a lot of plans for the DM, I hope.
You hope?
I hope.
I feel like I know there's lots that can be done, but I feel like as the artificer at the moment, there's a lot of pressure to create really outlandish, bonkers things, and I'm not there yet. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a level 4 artificer. There's not a lot you can do to get outlandish yet. There's still
Yeah.
limitations on your tinkering capabilities.
Yep. And how's Malchus feeling going into the next encounter? Got a game plan?
Malchus, he's immortal. He will never die.
Immortal.
Yeah.
Unlimited hit
He's gonna
points.
be so unkillable. I feel sorry for Robin. I told Robin in advance. I'm sorry, Robin. I have to do this.
What is he playing now with Marcus when you introduce him into the chat?
As in, like my
Just
plans.
his class. Yeah. What's his
Oh.
class? Why is he unkillable?
He's a
What's his AC?
sorcerer warlock. He's a multi-class. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's got an AC of 18 at the moment.
Yeah.
Which by itself is great. Has shield. He's going to basically be stacked with a ton of defense spells, because his main source of offense and damage is going to just be from his Eldritch Blast. He's basically built to just shoot out 1,000,000 Eldritch Blasts, and then his plan is, because he gets the spell Darkness, he can see through magical darkness, and so he gets advantage if he's in the darkness, or the other people are in the darkness, people he's attacking. So he's going to have, advantage on pretty much every time he uses his Eldritch Blast, and they won't be able to see him. And
Awesome.
It's just, I feel sorry for Robin. It's going to be
Love it.
difficult to deal with in fights.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how he plays this next encounter.
Yeah.
You give the DM too much heads up, and he'll find ways around your defenses, I'm sure,
That's it. Yeah.
just to keep it interesting.
He's gonna have to kill him early. If I get the next level and a few magical items, or one magical item that I want, it's like, yeah, good luck. You'll have to hard focus it down. 'Cause-
Okay, guys, we're fighting 2 dragons. One for Malchus and one for the rest of you.
It feels like does Malchus know he's that OP?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he going to go nuclear if he gets separated from his sword?
I think he'd lose his mind, honestly. Like, I don't think there's any real possible world he can exist without his sword. He's like really I don't know, very codependent on her.
Okay. There you go. DM, if you're watching this on replay at a later stage, go for the sword. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just
He'll
saying.
probably cling on to
AC.
you, maybe. I think your character. If he lost his sword, he'd be like, "Oh my god, I need someone else to guide me. I can't make my own decisions."
That's all right. I don't make mine either, so it's easy. I'm joining the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm joining the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's a big part of the character progression for Harm will be him understanding the world a lot better, because he's been his life is sheltered, lived in temples his whole life, been a devoted cleric, right? And now he's setting out to explore the world. He's seeing a lot of new and interesting things, and he's going to have to make a few decisions of his own. Like, I'm sure that an interesting name is going to come up, and how does he react to that? And does he progress and become like a champion of Anubis rather than just a follower? Does something else happen? Does he get closer? Does he, take on some sort of skeletal hand or something? Or, there's so many options of what could happen. Or does he go the other way and actually become weaker, and he follows less the path of Anubis and the instructions that he given? So yeah, going to be interesting to see how that all plays out, what the options are, and what the repercussions of those options.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There'll
looking
be a
forward
similar
to
arc there. Oh yeah, you go.
for Harm, and I don't know if this happened or not, but it'd be amazing if it does, is for somehow he ends up with a green wand and a green crystal eye in his hand. Because that would just be so fitting, it seems like.
Just replaying, history replaying.
Yeah.
Find it on archaeological dig sometime.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of magical items.
Small gnome.
We encountered a big bad in the last campaign, and once we kind of took down his first form, we discovered a wand and this stone which embedded itself in Dave's character's hand and was able to suck the souls out of the dying. So it seems fitting.
Damn.
For
Yeah.
Harm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, much more to come tomorrow. We'll see where this takes us.
Yeah, I'm
And,
super excited. I wonder where we go after this as well. There's so many options open, and I think it'll kind of force us to have some dialogue within the party about what's our next move and
Yeah.
what's our plans.
Without sounding dodgy, I think there's something to do with going to find Flint's mum, right?
Yeah.
There's going to find Flint's mum, and there's also Finry. I know is dead set keen to find some other dude in Avolo.
Yeah.
But Avolo's not going to be a town we want to hang around in much longer.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure Malchus is still like, what's in the house, right?
Yeah, what's in the house?
What other secrets are in the
Come
house?
this far, we've terrorized this poor noble lady, stolen from them. Then we're not even going to do anything with it. Follow it up. I think there must be powerful magical items there. Malchus wants them.
Mm.
We did. We found a frog wand, didn't we? And a bunch of other stuff that was just completely random.
Yeah, useless stuff.
Yeah. I
Decoy
think
items.
I love my my little thing that I got, which is my little cup. Thanks very much, Robin, for the flashbacks, PTSD. But if I drink that water, if I pray on the water in the cup and then drink it, my eyes go golden. And I'm like, that's a cool little
That is
RP
pretty
thing.
cool. Pretty cool.
And that's going to be, I'm going to try and weasel a +1 to intimidation using that in the future, right? Or like add my what do you call it? Add my performance check. My performance onto my intimidation skills or something like that, just for ramping it up a little bit.
That'd be cool. You need to just knock out all your teeth, and we'll have a whole mouth guard full of capsules you can pop. Unable to pop them without teeth though, so you might be stuck there.
Yeah. 1 second, I got to punch myself in the face.
Might be a good reaction if you do get hit though. That's your reaction.
Could be interesting one. I thought about doing it the other way, where tee up with somebody who's not a magical user and get them to pretend they've got like magical skills, like they're imbuing me with something, and then suddenly my eyes start glowing gold when they start saying magic words or when they point at me and scream or something like that.
That's
Definitely a
cool.
performance check.
Or I'll burn you from the inside out if you don't let me go. You can never burn me. You're a magic man. Oh yeah, watch this. Burn hard, burn. My eyes glow red and I fall to the ground like, I'm burning.
Oh, it hurts.
That would
really
be so
bad.
cool.
Yeah, my skin's on fire from the inside. Just like on the ground, like looking around, one eye open, giving the wink.
More to come, right? So much more to come tomorrow.
More to
I think
come.
we've opened up threads to take us to down the path of tracking down some kobolds. We've got a path to, I want to say Dramesh. I don't know if that's what it's called or not. To go north. We've got to find Finry's mum. We got not Finry's mum, Flint's mum. We've got Finry's issue to solve for. We've got a sword to steal off Malchus and hide somewhere. Lots to do. And we'll kick that off again tomorrow. So we might leave it there again, lads.
Happy days.
Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for the
you.
chat for hanging out with us.
Good to have a chat as always.
Just a quick reminder, we are approaching our 250 follower giveaway, which is a copy of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Time to get your D&D games really dark. There's cool things in there like creating your custom lineage. So lots of different ways to flavor your characters of the dark. And do check us out on Twitter, on Facebook. We also have a Buy Me a Coffee page at
We are thirsty.
buymeacoffee.com. We do like coffee, but instead of buying us coffee, you can actually, through the site, buy us dice, a virtual dice. It is a support to the Raging Rolls. We do love it. It shows that, it doesn't matter. We love what we do, but it is great to see that people love us too. So with that, lads, we might let it go there, and I'll talk to you both tomorrow in the chat. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Talk then.
Sounds good.
Bye.
See you, team.
Bye-bye.